everybody, and welcome back to the Wattpad Book Club. I'm your host, Phoenix, and today I got my lovely friend over here, Miss Joline.
Hello!
Hi, hello. I'm gonna preface this now, because this is a different setup than my normal stuff, so if I sound like shit or if something goes wrong, it did not. You're delusional, you're crazy. Nothing's wrong with this room.
Nothing has ever been wrong. Just gaslight everyone.
What do you mean? I would never gaslight anyone. They're just wrong.
Of course.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Well, I'm excited. Well, mainly because I get to talk to you again, even though we just saw each other yesterday. And we're going to see each other Thursday. Are you gaslighting me?
No, those are imagination, Cookie. I know you've been talking about it, but...
Dude, did I just drink 2 smoothies by myself in your fucking driveway?
You were in my driveway? When were you in my driveway?
I'm just looking at your plants, you're looking outside like, what is this white bitch doing?
Crazy.
Yeah.
I've been like, why are you at my house?
You're talking about how I got your address. Don't worry about it. Yeah, but, fuck. I forgot how to transition. Speaking of 2 best friends, we're gonna be reading about, Robin and Frankie, which are 2 people that are friends of the show, but we want them to get together because I think they're a cute couple. So, just saying. You know, I know Oda only sees everyone on the crew as like one big family, but come on, they're spending years together. There's gotta be some chemistry at some point, you know?
Sure, I guess, yeah. I do like Frankie and Robin. I'm very excited to see what you have chosen for us. I left it up to chance.
Yeah, maybe that was a bad thing, but we'll find out.
Oh god.
I don't know, I think you do good with AUs. I feel like you're a very, like, you would go for, like, some crossover AU or, like, some alternative universe AU.
I can't do crossovers.
Okay, then that is not this. It's not that.
Oh, good.
Yeah, can you imagine if I did pick out something? I'm like, fuck! No, real quick, just pause! I found this a little while ago. I had it saved. It's called Our House. It's a modern AU about the Straw Hats all living together in a house. It focuses on Frankie and Robin and them coming together. Every chapter is inspired by one of the prompts of Frobin Fortnite 2017 on Tumblr. And kind of a slice of life turned into a mild agent / Spanish thriller? Alright.
I mean,
I'm excited.
I don't know.
I always see people that do these prompt things and they'll do it for mainly art. It's kind of cool that they did it for like a writing prompt instead. With that stuff. I don't know, I just find that interesting. Also, sorry if my screen's white. I don't have the dark mode extension on my computer. So you guys are getting fucking flash banged every time I switch pages. Everyone's gonna be like that baby that's like, and it fucking goes up.
The fucking Pompeii baby! Oh, I love that Pompeii baby. It's so funny.
Give me all your money. Poor baby. Poor me, I had to stare at a bunch of white things for an hour.
White things?
Yeah, well, and white pages. White things?
Honestly, that's so funny.
Yeah. Alright, this is the prologue. Fuck, I just realized I don't have a coin! I'm gonna flip my gum container.
Imagine your gum just goes everywhere.
Don't worry, this is empty now.
I mean, I guess, yeah. You know?
Alright, to read first, would you like to be the side that says Trident on it, or the nutrition?
Oh god. I think I want to be the Trident side. I don't know.
Alright, let me see. Alright, I get to read first. I got the nutrition facts.
I remember the aerodynamics of a gum package.
It's just fucking. As soon as I flipped it once, it just went immediately to the floor.
Wild.
It's like I dropped. Alright, prologue. Let me see. God, this is like. Looking at Wattpad in light mode to me is like when you switch from like dark mode on Discord to light mode for like a split second and you just fucking blind yourself.
Oh god.
Alright, prologue. Robin stood in front of a giant complex, the symbol of the cross with 5 circles hanging on the front as a flag. As much as she hated the idea of working for a corrupted government, she hated the idea of working for the people she was about to meet even more. But something in his voice had made her act anyway. Spamden had been clear that it was in her best interest to pay a visit and to listen to his offer. He's a dangerous person, and she knew better than to ignore him. Robin walked into the front desk, hyper-aware of all the agents and officials around her, feeling their eyes on her, hearing the whispers. The young woman at the desk immediately phoned the hated person and then made her colleague bring Robin to the office. Instead of being called in, she had to wait in front of it a good hour. It was a psychological tactic. It would not work though. The only thing Robin needed was her mind to not get bored. There was enough to think about to occupy her mind. Finally, Robin was called in. Inside, Spamden waited. I forgot who Spamden is. Is that like the guy that we hate from oh fuck, I don't remember his name. Spamden.
I wish I could tell you.
I feel like a fake, like One Piece fan. I don't remember any of these characters. I know the straw. Oh my god, it is! It's that purple-haired fuck from.
Yeah, I figured.
Yep. I'm trying to remember. It was after Water 7. Like it was in that arc. He fucking pops up. I hate him. Immediately, she felt the need to slap him across the smiling face, but she knew better than to act on impulse. Also, she wondered if he could feel it at all, thanks to his weird mask, or would it hurt more? Meet Go Rob. Nice to see you again. I hope you didn't wait too long? It was fine. She couldn't bring herself to exchange niceties. Nice, yeah. I'm glad you decided to follow my invitation. You haven't been easy to find. Please cut that out. What do you want? It's not like Robin had the patience, but Spamden grinded on her nerves, and she did not want to stay in his presence for too long. The usual hitting around the bush annoyed her. He glared at her, making it obvious that the what fuck? It was the antipath?
Antipathy? I don't know.
Antipathy was on both sides. You had declined every offer to work for us again, and for some reason you have some friends within the higher ranks that protect you. The man with the mask waited for a few seconds. The woman did not react to that side swipe. Sure, I never asked for that protection at all. But now I have an offer that you cannot decline, and you'll work for us for free. Again, she did not answer, only watching him with her most neutral expression, which made him even more angry. I heard you finally found a place to stay, and something like friends. Well, it would be a misfortune if you lose your home and charges would be prosecuted against them. As much as I know all of them have a colorful past. Robin suddenly turned. The young people with whom she lived, with whom she started to build something like friendship. They had nothing to do with her, but they were now in danger. Her face was still calm when she answered, "Tell me more." I don't know why I struggled. It was fucking hard to read with this whiteness. No way. We need to get all this white shit out of here. This is like those suburban moms that paint everything beige, like everywhere I look it
Oh my
fucking
god.
strains my eyes. Alright, chapter 1 rumor.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my brain's like, my brain didn't process the prologue.
Oh.
The next time Robin got remembered about her meeting with Fandom. Is that how you read it? Fandom?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Was while she was getting her mail from the box. From the box. Nami, the nice girl from the other side of the floor, talked to Usopp, the art student from the second floor, about it. The house was sold to some private person instead of the government. That alone was good news, but everything else was still uncertain at that moment. She had walked up to the two young friends and asked if they had heard anything else, but they denied. It wasn't until 2 weeks later where they all received an official letter with further information. The new owner wouldn't charge more rent or ask residents to move. There would be some renovations, though, carried out by a new janitor. He would introduce himself in another 2 weeks. Robin laid down the letter on her desk. The whole situation still seemed inconvenient. On one side, the old house did need renovation, but on the other side, would renovation mean a heightened in value, whereby a higher rent would be justified later on. Robin was not sure how some of the kids living in this house earned their money, but the low rent was one of the reasons they were all able to live here at all. At least they would have another good year or two. The kids would be able to finish education by then, find a new place, and that was the most important part. Until then, the house wouldn't be owned by the government. She still was no friend of their latest politics. Still detested them, but her sacrifice, to be willing to work for them, had been worth something after all. Now she had to wait for them to call upon her.
I don't know what I expected from this AU. I didn't. I thought they would just be living together. I didn't think Robin was gonna be like a landlord of all these kids.
I don't think she's a landlord.
Okay, that's good.
She's just living there.
That's probably good. Yeah, you're probably right about that. I mean, that's crazy. The government hired her to be a landlord over a bunch of like 19-year-olds. Just keep them in check.
Wild.
What was this chapter called? Hands. I'm about to throw hands. Robin meets the new tenant/janitor. Oh, meaning the new resident/janitor wasn't at an official introduction. She had been out of town for a few days, meeting with one of her clients instead, people she does not like. But it had been necessary. They paid her good money, and she got her hands on some new documents she can't wait to translate. Nevertheless, daily chores were still piling up, and after some days of rarely leaving her flat, there was a need for food, and in combination of that, clean clothes. She couldn't continue borrowing food from her neighbor, even though it was not a problem. Nami herself often borrowed her food from Sanji, who worked as a chef. Oh fuck yeah, exploit him. The whole house was full of nice and helpful people. This is one of the reasons Robin didn't want this house to fall into the wrong hands. So, her going to the cellar where the washing machine was located and meeting the janitor was a pure coincidence, even if not an unlikely one. And, a surprise. It did not help that she had been in deep thought, not expecting someone down there this late in the evening. It is said that people form their first impression of other people within the first 1/10 of a second. She herself never trusted people who said they trust their first impression. Judging someone correctly took time. She knew that from experience. Her first impression was that of a giant dark person crouching in the corner where the dryer was located, grunting and cursing. And that surprised her and made her jump, even gasping. It wasn't until our mind told her that trolls aren't a thing. And if they were, they probably wouldn't wear Hawaiian shirts or have blue hair. Okay, maybe they would. Still, they aren't a real thing. The person turned at the noise she made, and he did seem to be at least as startled, not expecting anyone either. It took the man only a few seconds before scrambling up and cleaning his hands on a dirty rag and stretching his hand out towards her. Oh my god, I love Frankie. He's so cute. So, the second impression was that of a taller than her, excited man who tried to clean his dirty hands on a dirty rag. But at least he tried. Oh, nice to meet you. Is it Graham Cutley? I think. Please, call me Frankie. Robin did take his hand for a handshake. Strong, large, tall-used hands that fit his large frame. He also had a star-shaped tattoo on each forearm. Surprisingly enough, that shape was strong, but still careful. She often had her fingers crushed by men who wanted to show dominance or just didn't care. Robin Nico. Nice to meet you too, Mr. Cuddy. Frankie, please. After that, they stayed silent, and Robin used that pause for her third impression, not even hiding her eyes traveling along the tall figure. To say his style was unique was an understatement. He didn't wear shoes, nor trouser, only a Speedo, which was weird since the pool in the backyard hasn't been filled with water for 2 years now. Also, it was still early in the year and rather cold outside. Now, she also discovered that he didn't wear anything under his really colorful Hawaiian shirt. Thanks to that, she could see his rather impressive abs. There we go, Robin. That's a good. Another questionable style choice was a thick chain around his neck. But his most surprising feature was his nose. It was made out of metal and did not even look like a normal one. It was fascinating, and she let her eyes linger just a tad longer, traveling further up his. Fuck. What is. I should know that word.
Come on, just spell it out.
Pompadour? It's not Pompadour.
Pompadour?
Pompadour. Pompadour of light blue hair and sunglasses resting on top of his head. In the end, she focused on his eyes, deep in his skull, lying eyes that gave him an almost angry facial expression. But as said before, it was the only first impression, and on further inspection, she actually saw a warm, questionable look, and also a small smile on his lips. He's probably used to strangers giving him once-overs. But that she nodded at him and moved towards the washing machine to finally do what she wanted to do in the first place. After she started the program, she turned to go up again, but was stopped by a question. Which program? Normal. Echo. That's in 1 hour, 40 minutes. When your laundry's done, the dryer will be working again. Thank you. I look forward to seeing you more, Miss Nico. That comment made her crack a smile, remembering that she already had seen quite a lot of him before she answered Robin. These two are so fucking cute. Oh my god. That means so precious. Like, oh my god. I'm glad they kept her as a historian in this.
Honestly, yeah. Engineer and historian. It was inconvenient that her furnace had broken down within the last uproar of winter, right before spring would finally lay claim on the lands again. It was convenient that their new janitor was just a few steps away. Sorry, I distracted.
You being attacked by a cat.
I'm being attacked by... No. I'm being messaged by, the Lord and Savior. Anyway, it was convenient that their new janitor was just steps away, so it was no problem. So, no problem to tell him that. It was also convenient that She could sleep at Nami's place. It was easier to remember to have breakfast when Nami dragged Robin down to have it together at Sandy's flat. It was inconvenient that she still had to go into her cold flat to work, but it was too much trouble to move her books and computer across. It was convenient that Frankie had a fan heater he could use in her study. It was also convenient that she was present when he worked in her flat. It would have felt weird to let a stranger stay alone in it, even though she did not see him at all. But being basically locked away in her office while Frankie could roam the other rooms as he liked. After a couple hours translating, it felt like it was time for a break and move to the kitchen, feeling the cold creeping into her bones. Where she found Frankie sitting, cursing and mumbling to himself about ancient technology, exactly the same as when she had left him 4 hours ago. That made her smile, but also furrowed her brows as she cleared her throat not to startle him. He reacted with a quick glance over his shoulder and a "Good morning, Robin." "It's midday, Frankie. Aren't you cold?" No, thanks." He threw him a confused smile and that he couldn't see because he was too focused on whatever he was working on. While she prepared the coffee machine, she wondered if it wouldn't be good for them to take a break. It couldn't be healthy to sit cold, unmoving, and only speedos and a thin shirt. "Can you do me a favor? I would like some company for my break. Would you join me in my study?" She waited a few seconds to see if her words had reached him, and he finally stood up and turned around to look at her with tired eyes, his pompadour drooping down a little bit. He smiled up at him in a way she hoped would be encouraging. "Would you like some coffee too? Hot tea? Hot chocolate?" "I think tea would be a good idea. Can I help you with something?" There are sandwiches in the fridge. Take them and go into the office. I'll be there soon." Following her orders, he took the plate and then halted for a moment. "Is it okay if I take a bottle of cola?" "Sure, go ahead." "Super. Silly little supers."
You didn't even say it right. It's super.
You say, "Girlie, I ain't even there yet."
Oh my god. Well, you know what happens in fucking Wano and shit.
Look, I'm a complicated woman.
Yeah, I can tell.
I'll fight you.
Love you.
Again, she smiled at him rather confused. "Do you still want your tea?" "Yes, please," and he left the kitchen. A little bit later, they sat together in the study, her on her desk, in the armchair she used while reading. Between bites, her guest was looking around with it. "So, what's your job, Robin?" "I'm an archaeologist and historian." Frankie looked around himself once more. "I don't think you'll find many bones here." "Oh, fuck. I don't think you'll find many bones here. I can't read anything." She slightly chuckled at his joke before carefully putting her cup back on its saucer. "Actually, you'd be surprised where one might find bones. Does not everyone have a skeleton in their closet?" He looked at her, mouth slightly agape, most certainly trying to figure out what exactly she meant with that. She decided not to show him the skull she kept in her closet for reference and chuckled at his expression, which made him then change it to a frown. She then cleared her throat. "Pardon me. Anyway, I don't have many chances to search for bones myself. I'm translating ancient text for private investors or the government. This way, they're able to find old city treasures, technology, and probably bones." His reaction surprised her because rarely was her job description met with such enthusiasm. "That is so cool. You're like those super smart and cool people in the movies, like Indiana Jones. I bet you could kick his ass, or The Mummy. Have you seen that movie? Did you meet some evil spirit? Or how about Lara Croft? It's pretty badass. If you ever go treasure hunting, can I come?" She started to laugh, and instead of a grown man, one of those boys who love their unrealistic movies and games sitting in front of her. Luffy, Usopp, and Chopper had reacted quite similarly after a while. It was nice to see that he wasn't angry at her for laughing at it. Instead, he looked a bit proud. Yeah, sorry, that threw me off, you know? Dude, I wish you could see me right now. I feel like one of those those people with the round glasses, like late 1800s, and they're just looking at something in disbelief.
Yeah.
Like where they raise and lower their glasses repeatedly. Like
It's like the fucking
Jeez.
Mr. Krabs one where he like takes out his eyes to like blow air on them and rub them. You're like, so
Yes.
my eyes are correct.
I'm sorry, but my job is much more boring, especially to an outsider. But it can be quite fascinating too. For example, I did find an ancient dick joke once. You did not. Yes, I did. And with that, she stood up and reached for a folder that was neatly tucked between other folders, with no indication about what might be inside. She pulled out a copy of an old document and gave it to Frankie. He inspected it and looked at it confused. What language is it? It's poneglyph. They spelled poneglyph very interestingly. Let's see what the comment said.
Yeah, wait, let me see. Huh? Pornoglyph? I love that spelling. Can we call it that for the rest of our time?
You can call it that. I will not.
Alright.
Yes, it is. It's forbidden to read, speak, or write. But you're forgetting I'm working for the government and I have a permit. Oh wow, he looked up at her with big eyes, unfit for a man his age. Really adorable. You're even cooler than all those fictional characters. Okay, where's the dick joke? Oh, there's art! Wait, that's so cute!
Oh, that's cute.
Girl, where are you at?
So I was scrolling. I tried to
On
keep
what?
some of this. I tried to keep some of it on the page. Anyway, this is so adorable.
It's right here. She stood beside him and pointed the part that did not look much different from the rest. For an untrained eye, it's a letter about some business and trading, then it becomes more personal. The writer refers to an anecdote from a former letter. It basically says that he hopes their sex partner got more than the receiver of the letter had to offer. Wait, you mean the writer is making fun of the size of the addressee's penis? That is such a fucking crazy. I've never read a phrase like this. But pretty much, yeah. But the really funny thing is the writer used a different symbol for offer. It can be understood as penis as well as goods, so people who haven't read the former letter would not get suspicious. But if you look closely at the pictogram, the man beside her chuckled. It does look like a penis. Robin chuckled along. Yes. She then put the copy back where it belonged and sat down at her desk again. Frankie continued to look around and seeing a few old artifacts and some old maps. But most of all, books. Rows and rows of books. Anyway, have you always been a janitor, Frankie? Oh no, not at all. I used to be an engineer, but the job was really exhausting. Lots of money, but no free time, and I was never able to really build my invention. They took the blueprints and sold them. It was an unsuper time. Then I neared 30 and decided that enough is enough. I quit and started to renovate houses. With wide eyes, Robin looked at the man before her. That was quite a break he did in the middle of his career in life. But what did he say? That is impressive. But you just started to renovate old houses? Yeah, after I bought them. I used to buy them, renovate them, sell them to the residents and move on. It's fun. Robin was at a loss for words and just continued to stare at him. It explained quite a lot. For example, why he did the things he did without asking for permission. Well, this talk has been fun. Thanks for the food and drink. I'll continue to repair your furnace. I'll exchange it later this year, but, well, it's cold now, so I'll have to repair it. See ya. And with that, he left, almost fled, while she just stared, still dumbfounded about the fact that he wasn't just a janitor, but
Hello?
You still there?
Yeah?
Okay, you just got real quiet. I'm just like, I don't even know what to...
I didn't hear anything from you.
No, I finished the thing.
I didn't hear anything. The last thing I heard was he wasn't just a janitor, and then you like went really quiet.
Oh no, I finished the thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't hear a single thing. My bad.
Oh damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. Crazy. I was crazy once.
They put me in a rubber room of rats.
Yeah.
A rat room. Room of rats.
Yeah. You wouldn't guess it, but those rats kind of made me crazy.
That's crazy.
Can't wait for Rat Boy Summer.
Rat Boy Summer is wild.
Alright, chapter 4, childhood. Oh, I'm a little bit sad of which one was childhood we're gonna get into, because they're both sad. I can only see this being a negative on my mental health. There's an
Are you saying so? Because it just sounds like it's cut out.
Oh. I was, but it's okay.
Is it good now?
Huh? Not really.
Yeah, because you're cutting out real bad. I was gonna text you because I couldn't hear a thing except the random jolts of static.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Fuck, hold on. Maybe that will be better.
Maybe.
There was an unofficial rule in the house that Sanji's flat was always open if anyone needed a place to hang out or food, and no one would have to leave hungry, except Luffy, one of Usopp's flatmates, who was always hungry, even right after he ate. Most of the time, one or all of the other residents would join together for meals, because Sanji always made too much food anyway, and everyone, most of the time Luffy and Usopp, was out of food from time to time. It hadn't taken long before Frankie to join their ritual and to appear when it was time for either breakfast or dinner. The big table in the kitchen was also used for smaller gatherings and would be seen as some kind of common area. It helped that the flat was on the first floor, so everyone had to pass it eventually. I enjoyed to meet the younger residents there, often quite helping them to learn and study. Even if it wasn't about history, she just loved it when people learned, and she loved to help her young friends. Like this late morning, she was helping Chopper, the youngest in the house, to learn all the bones in the human body. A fun task. Oh my god. I wonder if they kept him a reindeer or if he's just like a normal 17-year-old child or like 19 or whatever. Laid this.
I don't know.
I hope so. I hope they kept him as a little reindeer. Thanks a lot, Robin.
Wait, you hope you hope they kept him as a reindeer?
Yeah, I hope everyone's just human, and then there's that motherfucker that's just a little small reindeer. Just learning about bone anatomy. He's just a little guy. Thanks a lot, Robin, but now I have to go. The lecture's starting soon. Thanks again. With that, the boy stood up and hugged the older woman. He then hurried out shouting, Zoro, we need to go! A smile was plastered on Robin's face. She still remembered her first meeting with the boy. It was 2 years ago, and now he was preparing to enroll in college earlier. Already joining lectures in a special program. No need to shout! I can find my way alone. No, you can't! You get lost, and we'll be worried sick for days until you find your way back eventually, or we find you. A grumpy man with green hair, Sanji's flatmate. Oh my god, wait, they living in the same flat together? Sounds kinda gay. Sorry, big Zosan fan.
I didn't hear anything.
Shit.
Yeah.
Sanji's flatmate ruffled through the kitchen looking rather tired. Morning, Zoro. The only answer Robin got was a grunt. She was still smiling, though. Even the grumpness was nice. This whole house and its residents made her happy. Hey, a super good morning, son. She said something about a broken cup, what is it, a cupboard? And there was the newest one. Yeah. Zoro scratched his head. I didn't listen to what the idiot said, so have fun figuring out. I had to bring Chopper to school. Hey, that's not true! And with that, they left. Alright, Frankie looked around to find the broken cabinet while Robin watched him, still smiling and enjoying her coffee. I think I found it. He was standing right in front of a cabinet without a door. I hope that's the broken one. The door wasn't just off, but torn out of it, so 2 huge holes were in the cabinet wall. How? He looked at Robin, gesturing vaguely. She just shrugged and continued to smile and watch. Where are the boards? He looked around to see them standing on the side. Broken, no, cut in half. What? How did they do that? Robin couldn't help herself and started to snicker, in which he turned around and looked at her. Still a smile on her lips as she returned the look. I'm not sure if it's your job to repair that. They destroyed it and they should pay for it, or not. After some looking back and forth between the cupboard and Robin, he finally shrugged. It's no problem. I can rebuild the kitchen completely, though. But I will ask Sonny first. Will you allow me a question? Sure, go ahead. He started to tinker with the doors. Why do you want to renovate such an old house? It's a lot of work, isn't it? Yeah, it is, but it's fun. And this house is in particular because it reminds me of a house I grew up in. A reminder of my childhood. It was good and fun job. What about you? It had taken him only a few moments to reassemble the cabinet and to repair it enough that it could be used again. I live here because the rent's cheap. It doesn't remind me of anything, but this is the first place I can go home. Robin blurted out before she realized what she had said. Her voice had been, fuck, I should know this word! Melanolic?
Melancholy?
Thank you, melancholy.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It's really hard to catch up to where you are.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've been melancholy and full of emotions. It really was strange that she was so open with Frankie. Maybe because he was so open himself? Really? He was already hanging the door back into its place. And also takes special care to make sure this house is super as possible. But finishing the sentence, he finished his little job and turned to throw her the biggest smile possible. Robin suddenly felt her brains getting lightheaded and her heart making a big thump. In a need to occupy herself, she emptied her cup and hurried to put it in the sink. Hey, are the others already gone? Yeah. She looked at Usopp, who had used this moment to walk inside the flat. Trapper and Zoro just left. Nami is having some appointment, and Sanji was going to an early shift today. Alright then, I'll take care of Luffy. With that, the young man grabbed his lunch from the fridge, also taking Luffy's, and threw it at his flatmate, who also entered through the door. Morning! A super good morning to you too, Frankie waved to the younger man. See you later. As suddenly as they appeared, they had left again. Robin could hear the front door open and close, and that the house was too silent. So, I had to get to work. See you around, Frankie. This time it was her who fled. She'd never been a place to call home when she was young. And only when she finally arrived here to this house, she had felt like she could finally settle down. When the house was in danger to be bought by the government, she made a deal with them to give private investors a chance to buy the house. She did have a plan to get the money, but the house was sold to a private person too soon. It appears it was good, maybe even a greater solution. Frankie would make this house as super as possible for them. A confused smile crept on her face while she walked up the stairs to her flat. No, I think this is a good note to end on. Especially since we're starting to have problems.
Oh no.
It's okay. I haven't really recorded this laptop enough to know, but I liked it. I don't know if you heard any of it.
Not much. I'd hate to say it.
Yeah, hopefully the recording isn't like that. I know Discord can be finicky with like mic settings because it wants to cut out stuff, so hoping the entire recording isn't just like me silently and then just saying like 2 words and then going back to silence. I guess we won't find out until I stop this recording, but
I guess that means there's a thing.
Yeah,
there's that thing. Oh my god, the wheel! The wheel of fortune.
I love the Wheel of Fortune. I haven't watched it in a while. Alright. Oh my god, I just got jump scared by a white man that appeared. Alright, you were...
A white man? No!
Oh! What did they do about him? Nothing. Oh, damn it! Alright, please give me a Sanji X reader. I need this, please! Alright, more Frobin. I can work with this. It's in the cards for me. We might have to, like, before we even read chapter 5, we might need to have, like, reread those.
No! We're winging it.
Alright.
I mean, we forget the plot for half of these things anyway.
Yeah, we don't remember until, like, I start pressing the record button, and it's like, I remember everything!
We get back and we're like, woo!
Yeah. It's like a flashback. It's like the Baluigi show. I'm like, fuck, what happened? We start recording. I remember now! There was a war!
There was war, and the war happened. And then
there was
the war.
And then there was crocodiles, and then there was monkeys, and the crocodiles were fighting the monkeys, and then some shit happened with Luigi.
And then the lizards, and then Bowser's got hella trauma, and then
Yeah. And then I think Kamek tried to castrate him. I think that's what was going on.
What?
What was it? Fuck it. They were just trying to, like, burn off
cauterize! Cauterize! Do you know what castrate means?
It's like cutting off his balls.
Yes!
Same recording? Is it castrate?
Yeah!
Oh
god, you're so silly.
History is always repeating itself. Anyway, Joline, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
Yeah, you're my cookie.
Cookie.
If you guys would like to read this book, I'll have it linked down below in the description for you guys to read. So be on the lookout for that, or just read. Just go and press the link.
Read.
Yeah. Oh, I had to sneeze. I feel it. I got this feeling inside my bones. Okay, it went away.
Your bones.
And it goes electric when I turn it on. I'm sorry, I was trying to quote Justin Timberlake's music.
No, I got it. But I hear that song every day at work, and I suddenly just like my, you know, have you ever just sighed but not audibly? Like, you don't even perform the action, but emotionally you sigh.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's how I felt in that moment.
Fucking... There was this Drew Gooden video I was watching, and one that was... Because he was talking about gambling, and like how every ad for gambling makes it seem like the best thing ever. He was like comparing it to like, can you imagine if a cigarette company did that? And at the end, he put like the song of like, "Cause I'm on top of the world." I hear it at work, and I think of that stupid commercial that he made, like that fake commercial.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Anyway, yep. Fuck, where's my script? There is a playlist on stream with all the other Wattpad Book Club readings that I've done in the past, including with Joline, so you guys check them out. Let's read the last Wattpad Book Club reading that was uploaded. So check it out. It was probably Saw Fanfiction, so check it out.
Oh, Saw Fanfiction?
Yeah, me and Honey's joining in, so.
With Saw Fanfiction?
We're reading a Dr. Lawrence X Adam. It's an AU where Lawrence comes back for Adam to save him.
I don't think I understood anything.
I'll send it to you later.
You know what? I'll watch it.
Ooh, okay.
I'll see. I'm scared, but I'll watch it or something.
Alrighty. Well, anyway, my name is Phoenix. That was Jolene, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.